map 2 or 5.
All right, well, you know what time it is, guys. It is Scuff Pick'em's time. And today is going to be a tough one for all three of us here. So nameless, without further ado, you take it away, buddy, because you knew a thing or two yesterday.
Yep, I got Vegas FaZe here. I think they get it done.
Wow.
You know, they won both the Hardpoints in the last series.
He's also got a little...
They're not going to lose all these S&Ds again. I got FaZe taking this one.
Let me tell you, he is very, very appreciative of his twin.
Of Twin-Alinsky.
He is very appreciative.
Ali, where are you at?
I am going to go with LA Thieves, actually. I continue to think that they're stepping in the right direction, and that FaZe yesterday just really did not convince me.
Now, listen, I don't think yesterday was the FaZe that we know and love and expect.
Valid.
However, that being said, it is tough to go against LA Thieves right now. What they are showing on our screens is something completely mind-blowing in terms of gameplay, so it's going to be Thieves for me today. It certainly will be. Well, there you go. There's our Scuff Pick'ems. Hopefully you guys at home are also joining in on those too. But it's over to
taking on the LA Thieves. First semifinal here in Minor 2. Let's get it on.
Yeah, for the first time we're able to see FaZe Vegas on Hacienda. The same thing could be said for Thieves. It's just if you remember last year, Al, half of Vancouver Surge, half of FaZe Vegas, they love to play Hacienda. So you combine 2 players on each side. This has got to be one of their go-tos. And we're able to see it to start off today on Championship Sunday. This is an early battle for mid-map, and with it in Black Ops 7, you can see that the main focus here is to just slay your way through this. You don't really want to get a lot of time off of P1 because of all the jump spots and the Omni movement. You can clearly take so much space away in such a short time.
Yeah, it's been interesting. You know, we saw this a lot in Challengers this last week as well. Just a lot of teams figuring out that some of these high ground positions are not as treacherous as they used to be, thanks to the movement that comes into play here in Black Ops 7. Nium making a route around the back. That's going to help out Thieves on rotation as they come up empty on P1 time for the most part. Going to be some assistance around the hill, though, for FaZe. Couple of players spawning close. Get a little
backside. So how do we fight this to the best of our ability? Set up these crossfires. Abuzah is able to line up with double. You go 2 for 2 if you are scrap, but now the spawns flip. FaZe shut down that first push, and now this is looking like a 70-2 to start the game.
And he got draws on the cutoff over through Rock. That works out beautifully. Oh my goodness. Yeah, really smart route from 04 there, kind of coming off that play through Zig, gets around the backside of the driveway, moves the spawns around, and Thieves, who looked like they were going to be set up, or at least to get the spawns first to P2, are still only on 2 seconds worth of time. Opportunity to try to finesse the back, but 04's on 4 in a row. Looking for more, actually wants to push up towards Nium's direction. Stun will hold him in place for a moment. That's enough for Nium to keep him at arm's reach, but FaZe are still putting on pressure towards rotation to New. It's just that Thieves are finally starting to heat things up and locking things down.
Yeah, they want to just at least put some pressure on to potentially spawn them behind enemy lines. But thankfully, as soon as you spawn a few more Hydra, that new hill pops. But they're not finding kills off the rotation. 2 in favor of FaZe already. Simp is not having that kind of performance he did yesterday. They are running away with this Hacienda very early.
Yeah, it's a really good break coming through for FaZe. Get on rotation, being able to at least block spawns around through office. If not, get a couple of key wins to get some spawns of your own. And still, it's just one of those maps that you feel like FaZe just have had firm control of from start to finish. Even when things don't look great, they're making the right reads, making the right plays. Now the next hit, maybe the final hit here for Thieves. Try to make its way over through well, but once again, 04, perfect timing on this cutoff. It's going to get a couple of freebies, but may not even be needed. Only needs to grab 1. Nobody for FaZe will fall, and we've got 105-7 going over to P4.
Yeah, and I promise you, the score is only going to get worse if they have themselves a hellstorm. So if you are FaZe who can currently do no wrong, Gunny's hot, the communication got to be even hotter. Let's go to listening with Vegas.
Right, you guys play slow as fuck outside. I'm pitching deep. I'm here, Jared. I'm here, Jared.
I don't see him open. I don't see him open.
Open me. Just spawning P2.
I just on it. That was
Side. An AP2.
Keep flooding. Nice. He's super weak. Okay, 1 is dead.
You want me to trick this?
Yeah.
No.
That's fine.
Fire.
I didn't hit him. No fire. Nice job. Yeah, we can play this. One is before the outside. One is promise you. Front. And that they're gonna be more time. Don't limit. One more job. Let's go. I'm playing low face.
Yo, slow down, play together.
I'm fucking.
I don't see him open. It could be closed, alright?
I'll play
open at all.
I'll play last one.
Open. Done dark. Open one shot, block me. Ran back.
I'll play dark. Jump on time. Hey, dark.
I'll play time. Play far. One shot time.
Nice.
Well, I mean, obviously, great first rotation for FaZe, but you got to give some credit here to Thieves. Good time finishing off that rock hard point and doing a really nice job controlling the tempo over the middle of the map here, even though you do have to consider that Simp does have a Hellstorm to play with.
Yeah, that's something that you're not going to be thinking about, at least for now, because you know it's not going to be impactful for P1, and especially not the P2. Realistically, you don't want to use that until you get back over to that rocket if you are Simp, but you still have a comfortable lead to contest this all the way to the very end. You know Thieves are desperately trying to have the P2 go their way instead of the opposite this go around. So Nium trying to value his life towards the back, but he's getting pushed out. FaZe has him surrounded, and he's playing it so beautifully until Draza wins that one. FaZe win the rotation anew.
Yeah, Andraza gets a second. That will limit this rotation pressure-wise. Around the fourth, huge double around the back. Nium's able to at least put some pressure on the spawns, but the pickup and the trade is there. FaZe once again coming away absolutely crispy, looking solid here through P2. 40 seconds to fight, and Thieves are known that they are spawning over through driveway side.
Yeah, these have the back spawns now. Can we get in towards the time? Every single time they initiate the gunfights, they're losing that first wave, and this is allowing FaZe to just continuously trade on after. So in the final 25, it's the young gun and rookie in Nium locating 3. Potentially for this final 25 second, but it's still a tall ladder to climb to get yourself back in this game.
Gotta win a rotation. This scrap time is going to be pretty much a guarantee. Thieves is trying to put the pressure on a FaZe over towards fences, but that's all been dealt with nicely. 3 fall. Thieves will still spawn to make sure they can at least play this next rotation together. But look at the minimap. FaZe are all over these choke points on rotation. You've got everything covered. It's just down to will Abuzah be overwhelmed here. Scrap already setting up some sort of a play over through a 2 from him. Hydra down low gets tagged, but Abuzah will fall. One more to grab. That's going to be Scrap onto the hard point itself, and Simp is good for 3 in a row. FaZe will stabilize.
It's just like the way that FaZe are approaching this Hacienda for the first time that we've obviously seen them on it for the season. Like, this is basically perfection. Like, they only had one opportunity where they allowed Thieves to get the back spawn, and that was the second rotation of P2. Every other HP, they're not allowing them any breathing room. They are always finding that first kill, and that's just allowing them to consistently keep the numbers their way. Still a 70-point difference if you are Thieves. This has been a great hold to sort of get yourself back into it, but this is why Simp had to start the way that he did. Hellstorm for that P4 is the safety net.
Absolutely the case. Simp just trying to dance in and out of the hard point. He's got teammates spawning nearby, so no reason not to try to bully out Scrap. And now the Hellstorm, as you call, will be used to try to open up this rotation towards Rock. Trying to hold it off will be Nium on one side, Abuzah on another. Hydra's just going to try to play the timing to stay alive. Draza finds the first through P2. Can he keep his life? No, not quite. From the backside over through Checkers. It's up to Hydra, but nothing there either. But Abuzah, he goes unchecked. Spawns will move around. Abuzah gets 3, and Thieves will still survive the rotation.
Yeah, and Abuzah, he's had 2 different pop-off moments at the same exact hard point, giving his team a lifeline. Now only a 60-point difference. You no longer need to worry about the Hellstorm, and you have all the angles being covered. The teamwork starting to be on display here for LA as they're starting this comeback.
Still down 50. FaZe running out a little bit of breathing room, but that double from Simp changes things just a touch. But Abuzah, over towards Spiral. Thought he had Draza dead to rights, but a lot of that, it really was soaked up by the banister. So FaZe will have rotation to 1 to start. And they're going to get closer and closer to that 200 threshold, really putting the, I would say, the pressure point onto Thieves here. They need to find the wins.
Okay, and as soon as Scrap finds that first kill, Nium's getting the indication it's time for me to go. Calls a distraction on the opposite side, but FaZe are ready and waiting for that play to develop. They find 3 kills in sync. Simp is popping takeover in towards the secret hallway. You breach the 200-point mark, and again, you are not allowing Thieves past that 50-yard line. FaZe are setting themselves up to win that P2.
Absolutely the case. Thieves, though, finding a couple of wins, will have an opportunity to finesse the exit and the scrap time here at P1. Draza almost good for a double, but long-time rival Scrap will put it out, and Abuzah wins a key 1v1 versus 04. Simp trying to put himself in between the Thieves and a P2 rotation win. His teammates spawning all the way over towards well side. So you're going to get Thieves in from the front, but you've got to find a way to bully out Simp. But he's taking long-range shots to Abuzah. Stun not going to fully land, but the pistol will work out for the kill. Still, though, numbers for Thieves over the middle of the map as the hard point opens.
Yeah, and Simp is just, and all he required was just putting himself towards the backside, blocking those spawns, and getting 1 kill to open up the lane for his teammates through the front. But the Thieves have been able to manage it. You take care of Simp, you secure the backside. Now all of your focus on the front side of this HP, where this is a good chunk of time to still fight for.
Yeah, trophy system getting active for Thieves on this defense of P2. Tough shots from Nium. He gets overwhelmed as FaZe get the relay displaying over towards water. And then as soon as the trophy falls, Abuzah's nade will land, and he follows up with the M15 for one more. Hydra will drop 230 to 171. I don't know if you get that last tick. They'll be close for FaZe, but Thieves are going to have to put the pressure on and try to get the contest.
Yeah, I think if you are the Thieves, you 100% are playing like they get this final tick, and thankfully you got an Abuzah who's not going to allow them to win condition here at the P2 anymore. So if you are LA, don't die off the roto. You have 3 players making it all 4, going to be set up around that mid-map area. Be prepared for the burst from FaZe. They can work with the leader's advantage on so many deep routes.
Yeah, we've seen Thieves win rotation a couple of different times this map, but they have yet to put together, I would say, 40 plus on any particular hard point. So you have to hold something you have not done to this point. It's a good start here. 185, 243. All 4 will drop. 04 with the rest of FaZe spawning towards well, or thinking about trying to play from the front, but Sim's going to take a route up towards mid.
Just trying to find the opening. Frag's able to connect, and 04's able to find a trade onto Scrap, but still the pressure is here, and Thieves are ready and waiting. Hydra with the crossfires through mid connector is keeping them away, and for right now, Thieves are starting to strike. Only 20 points remaining at this P3, but it's going to be off the rotation. Once you can no longer lose here, start thinking about new.
Problem is, you've got FaZe spawning close. They could make the decision to try to win it here if they want to, but a couple of nice skills from Nium come out. Abuzah up and over. You need to try to trade him out. Abuzah from the back will find it, no problem. And there's that rotation you called for. 3 players for FaZe going to get there first, but the Thieves are not far behind. You got to get these openers. Scrap them through. Draws it in the corner. Caught with the nade out. 3 down for Thieves. Draws it, gets 1 from the grave, but Abuzah has to wait.
And there's no Hellstorm for FaZe, so now you got to work on these routes. You're trying to find the opening kill, but we have to locate where these SMG players are. Abuzah lines up a double, only a 20-point difference. These shut down the first wave.
Water route from 04, read by Nium. 231, 244. Split spawn starting to come through, but Scrap gets the round to Abuzah. Now your focus can start to be at the front. Can you get these wins? Scrap is trying to chase out a kill, but it's not going to happen. Keep your eye on Hydra on the backside of the play. Try to be a nuisance. We've got a tie game. Pistol out. Hydra's able to find 1 and 2. 04 will drop. What a comeback for Thieves in map number 1. They'll strike first. And then you rotate back over to where your nades were either landing or not landing over towards A. But Abuzah putting the pressure on the opposite side of the map. Has Thieves reeling just a touch. Abuzah looking for the pick. Not going to find a proper opportunity to do that. And now it's just down to can he actually join Hydra, who is way through on the other side of the map.
Yeah, BC has info on the both players, though, so he's not going to put himself in position to ego chow. He's just going to give the comp to Hydra, get that bomb planted. They're both on the opposite side. So now 40 seconds to work with Abuzah v Simp versus Hydra and Abuzah.
Oh, and this could just come down to timing. Hydra kind of has to watch 2 things at once. Abuzah is more playing off of the rotation, which he will not know at the moment, is already gone. It's a P2 setup right now for FaZe on this retake. Hydra's going to catch information on 1 shot coming through. Abuzah throwing his shoulder. Good damage comes out, but you have to keep your eye on the bomb in particular. So now the rewrap. Nade comes out. Abuzah's going to hop on to start the defuse. Oh, and the defensive nade not quite affecting him, but Abuzah able to step on it. Not quick enough.
They most likely have to be sticking that defuse, so you read it to perfection if you're Tyler. 1-0 for LA.
Quick battle over through kegs. 04 bounced out. Abuzah right there to meet him, and Thieves looking clean here. Going to find the first 3 kills before we even hit like the 15-second mark of this round. Abuzah in trouble. Not much space to work with. He will drop by bridge, and Thieves are running away with this. Stun check down towards steps. Not going to connect. Thieves changing up their approach. Good defensive stun working its way through bottom pit. That will connect. So now all of a sudden FaZe have a bit of an advantage stacking their defense on this position, and follow-up nades will connect onto Scrap, but there is a trade, and Nium able to find 04 getting aggressive 3v3.
Yeah, a little too fast right there is 04, because you get that first blow, you're thinking, all right, all the attention has to be on that side. But he works the pitch and instantly falls. So still a 3v3. Abuzah is going to miss the shot, but information gathered on the side of LA, going to rotate it through rocks.
Snipe out. Ooh, Abuzah, uncharacteristic miss. Has to go to the pistol, being pressured on both sides of this big rock. And he's got no one there to help him. Timing though for Simp around the back, able to find some damage with Draza. Abuzah looking for another 1v2. Shoulder comes out off the reach, and Abuzah! Oh my goodness!
You want to get past that 50-yard line as fast as you possibly can, but you keep instantly getting shut down in the first 5 seconds. You have to relocate, and that's what set it up the other SMGs. First blood still traded, but Abuzah gets caught in numbers in favor of FaZe.
Oh, and there's a follow-up there to the Zaza duo isolate onto Scrap. And it'll be left to Hydra for a 1v3. Bomb going to be planted here at A. Abuzah watching the back. Simp setting up his post plant that same direction. And Draza will be the one trusted to watch from the front. And with an NPC, this will be a very difficult retake opportunity for Hydra.
Especially on this A site. So many different angles you can watch it in towards the warehouse, but he's able to find the first kill clean. Smoke grenade still in the back pocket. It caused a little bit of a distraction. And both players 1v1.
20 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to go quickly. And Hydra's going to re-wrap back through the backside of P2 stairs. Able to find the information. Shots are through. Oh my God, Hydra for a 1v3.
Give him one-on-one gunfight after one-on-one gunfight. And this is just uncharacteristic out of FaZe. Reacts to out of scrap. 30. Give him the ace. Thieves up 4-0.
Unreal. Now Hydra's looking for the heat check up easy right there with him. And it'll be a 3-for-1 exchange. Last one left. Simp down low. Shots from PZ are unbelievable, but Simp cannot get away. And yeah, Jay, I think you're right. This is like check. Scrap have some opening shots towards top bar. FaZe kind of trying to feel things out at the moment, but are now going to look for a little bit of an earlier stack over towards A. To be Draza and 04 that are trying to open up the space, but there's just no space to be found. That's going to be probably GG 4v2, and you got Thieves already pushing up the map.
And it's just the teamwork. Scrap knocked down to 21 HP. No need to commit. Hydra's going to be able to clean that one up, and it's a 1v4 left up to Abuzah.
Good second shot to the Hydra, but doesn't make a difference. Thieves at mid and market. So even though he's got the EMP in hand, he is all by himself at the moment. FaZe is trying to congest the map in every single form. 04 already working on a route around the back. He will be shut down. EMP still in hand for Scrap for a small moment, but all of a sudden FaZe pushing forward. It just comes down to can they create a route from Simp here through mid-map? May not get a chance to because Abuzah is going to get pressured through. Nium finds 2, and Thieves will stabilize their defense.
And it's always the most important kill in that 4v4 engagement when the first player that falls is the EMP carrier, because everyone else is just trying to lead block, trying to create an opening lane so he can run and potentially get that score. But it was Nium who located that one-on-one gunfight and now slows down FaZe, but they can still potentially get one in.
Yeah.
It's just you don't win any fights after that. So that's
going to be enough for Hydra to grab, try to go. He gets the pistol win, but the crossing angle from Draza stops it once more. Not done yet. Nice nade behind it. That might be enough as 04 and the rest of FaZe are back into position to collect the spike.
That is such a beautiful goal line stop there from FaZe. It took everyone to provide their 25 cents. Stuns and nades, everything over the top, but still, when you're fighting on the bad side and you get that goal line stop, you're still going to be
4, and now it's just down to, do we even want to bother with Simp, or do we want to try to put the pressure over towards the FaZe spawns?
Yeah, they're just forgetting about him, at least for now. Simp is just needing his teammates to find a couple kills so he can play for the spawners, but he wastes so much time, eventually he has to try to make a play. 40 seconds still remaining on the half. LA starting to approach through mid deli. You already have Hydra getting by. So you got to wait for him to sneak up on this flank before you make the execution.
But if he just doesn't even bother, he just starts to hit. He's got all the space in front of him. Hydra didn't even need to find a kill. All he needed to do is move the spawns around. 24 seconds. EMP will spawn over towards motel side. 04, the first one forward for FaZe. A couple of the kills will come through. Opportunity here as Draws will be the one to try to grab this, but as 04 drops, you need a couple of lead blockers. And I would say maybe fortunately, Simp and Abuzah were playing at the spawn off mid, but one will drop. Kills for Thieves looking good. And now it's down to, can you chase the EMP to potentially get the overtime into your hands? Hydra was thinking about it, but never got an opportunity, and FaZe will instead.
Yeah, they're going to try to execute a final push here to potentially get their first score, but just the opening kills aren't going their way. You're still trapped in towards blue. It's already 10 seconds down. Draws are trying to choose the right angle to attack, and you do win the gunfight over through motel, but still, all out pressure from the outside.
Going left. I'm trying to Ball's pretty far. It's fine. They're going to be left on you. He's shot. I'm in. Okay. Alright. How many left? I'm not playing. Portal. Waiting. I don't see anything. Nothing. Our wood. Top of really weak. In the window. We need a deep left. Yeah, I'm playing. I'll ultimate late.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, this is like the visual energy of like World War I trench warfare. You're getting inches here and there, but it's costing you so much. If you're FaZe, they just can never keep more than 2 players alive to generate a scoring chance.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because the leader's advantage that Thieves have them allowing themselves to play a certain way that's just not can lead to very comfortable plays out of FaZe. Every single time they try to push on up, there's a player camping a corner, just not taking calculated risks. And even their score before we jumped to the listening was unbelievable out of Hydra. He didn't even have to strike for many kills that lead to that score. Just valuing his life in the very crucial spot gives you an extra score.
Okay.
Now with only 2 minutes left, FaZe finally have their first opportunity to get a tally.
Should be able to off of this, but no, Abuzah off spawns able to find one. Draza can't get back to the EMP. What a finesse.
Perfect if you are FaZe. Potentially to start this reverse sweep, but every single time you get a kill, Thieves have one in response. It's always going to be Nium, and as he locates another one with the NPC, 4 in a row, and now you got to retrack over towards plane.
And this just feels so claustrophobic right now. If you're FaZe, you've got no mid-map control. Simp is trying to work on that. You're not getting any success shutting down the player up top at window. Force is trying to force something and will be able to get one through the threshold. So we're not done yet. 60 seconds on the clock. FaZe been kicking. Eventually traded out. But here come Thieves off the respawn. Abuzah got to get back in bounds. Not quite able to, but the pistol shutdown is there. Hydra not able to find the follow-up, but there's a spawn for Scrap. And that will stop the second score and give the EMP to Thieves.
And now with only 40 seconds left, you have to have your foot on the gas if you are FaZe. You cannot allow them to dictate how long they're gonna have this EMP in their possession. You gotta send it. You gotta win some gunfights, and you just simply cannot trade Nium. 35 and 22. He keeps on going above and beyond in this game mode. And yeah, there's no doubt, no question, Rookie of the Year. He's on your screen right here.
Unreal, dude. Unbelievable story. Abuzah will be shut down. EMP, maybe a chance to score here, but Scrap is in your way. Shutdown is in play, and there will be an opportunity to score, but the time allotted to try to get this EMP back up will be very, very close. You're on top of it if you're Draza, but no, not going to be able to get it. I was going to say, I didn't know if it was in before the 10-second
winner's spotlight, and we have exactly who you were talking about, getting some crazy pieces in the last one, Abuzah on our screens. First of all, congratulations. What a series to kick off your Sunday. You guys handled FaZe so quickly, so efficiently. Talk to me a little bit about the cadence of your gameplay currently, because it seems like teamwork is a massive focus. Everything's very efficient. You guys know you have superstars, but you seem to be patient in certain moments and taking routes and being able to play off one another. So how is that dynamic kind of going and setting the tone here?
Yeah, we've been really trying to hammer down on our teamwork in scrims, and I think obviously first map definitely wasn't a good showing of that, but we had the resilience to come back and win, which was big, and then, I mean, the rest of the series was just clean.
Abuzah, you got that spark back, dude. And I asked Hydra yesterday about the search and destroy and how everybody's fear is coming to life now where you guys are taking over. And he said he had to take like a step back. Went off, both double digits. So there is a world where you can both just pop off and take over games. How have you guys gotten to this point from your perspective?
I think we're all just, as the years went on, got a lot more confident and I guess comfortable in the mode, I guess over time with the reps we've gotten. And I think we all just feel like our S&D is just insane right now. I feel like our teamwork, our strats, our everything are just like insane. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, they were on that.
Yeah, and with you guys looking as insane as you do, I mean, y'all are reaching to the point where I can pretty confidently compare it's just you and Optic and kind of everybody else. And regardless of who joins you in that final, I think it will be a banger. And I want to ask from your opinion on that side of things. Is it feel like there is starting to be a very large separation between you guys and the rest of the competition on the back end? Like the way scrims are going, the way you guys are going, does it just feel like that gap keeps widening at this point?
I mean, I feel like the gap isn't that big, I guess, but I just think that when it comes, you know, match time, I just think we're insane right now. I think we're, like I said, our S&D and our overload is just above everyone else, I feel like. And obviously our hardpoint is just, it's something we're working on, but I think it'll get there by the time champs comes around.
I want to follow on that just a little bit. When you say that when matches time comes, you guys feel like you just lock in, is that something you can point to? Like, is there something you could tell us that is that difference, or is it just you guys have just been able to do it?
I mean, I think we've just been able to do it. I feel like we're all players that have been very successful. So I think when it comes match time or even tournaments, I just think we have that ice whenever we need it.
A lot of teams are struggling with that right now, man. Good for you guys.
Love to hear it. Well, Abuzah, you hold some crazy record, like the most series wins ever in CDL history. You're on rosters that win, and this seems to be like it's going to be the same for LA Thieves here, hopefully in this very minor. Thank you so much. Congratulations and best of luck later.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, wow. There we go. I think it's really interesting actually getting kind of an idea of how they're all feeling about the gameplay itself, and he just feels calm. and confident,
Oh, yeah.
collected, and that's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Always.
Yeah, and then we talks about like the strats in S&D. Like a lot of people are gonna go back, watch that Sake and their goal, what they were doing. I mean, unbelievable. Just taking Street away and forcing them into an area. And Abuzah would be one place, and they would force them into where Hydra was, or vice
Nightmare
versa.
rotation.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're a fan of LA Thieves, not if you're the rest of the league.
Well, I'm gonna force us all over to a break because we have our next game getting ready to go in the wings.